Okay, so today I need to brainstorm a bit how I'm going to implement the floating panel feature. I've already have a good idea of how I'll do the API for the Plasma theme, but what worries me a bit is the implementation in the panel view, because my guess is that I'm going to have to make the panel view a bit bigger and then add the margins in the panel view QML. So the first part will be making the panel view bigger as a window, because I mean everything that's displayed on the background is a window, so this panel is indeed a window, and I need to make it a bit bigger if I want to allow for a floating panel inside of it. The other solution would be to make like a window that's exactly the same size and position of the panel, but that would mean I'd lose the inputs near the border, which I would prefer to redirect inside of the panel. So let's see how the actual window is created, if it is here. I'm not sure about this, so let's give a look to the code here. Let me also pick up the H file. Oops. Like this. So we have our properties, then this panel view that should be the actual function that creates the panel view. It's this one, right? I always get confused about these things. The function that actually creates the panel view should be this one, panel view, and we get all of the properties set up here. And then set position. Okay, here we are setting a position, target screen, geometry center. We are setting the position to be center. Sounds weird. Set screen to follow. Okay, set screen makes sense. And I guess we have are these functions here? They are not. Where are they from then? Set screen. Set resize mode. Size root object to view. Okay, this is interesting. Set color, transparent, yes, that's pretty good. And then frameless, it's frameless, it doesn't have a decoration and does not accept focus. All of these things make sense. Then how to hide stuff, restore stuff, target screen location changed and changes the location. Okay, I wonder where this plasma types location is used. Is this location changed? Seems like a bit of stuff is not here. Must be inside of containment view, so I need to probably pick that one up. Which is it's probably in the frameworks. I'll go fetch that one. Yeah, seems like it's handled by the framework. Okay, so let's go pick framework, plasma framework. Let's see if I can find containment view. Thank you. Let's open the path and see these two files. So This file is not part of the public Plasma API. Okay, makes sense. And it has the location, the form factor, screen geometry, properties, containment view, how it's implemented, this one. These are the properties, then there's private ones, like containment. Okay. Location changed, and I guess that all the functions that I was looking for before are here. Now seems like they aren't. Containment view is an instance of quick view shared engine. Okay, let's see the documentation of that one for sure. So it seems like it's inheriting from Q quick window and then Q window. So I now have a better idea of what's the various steps for the panel view. It's Q window, Q quick window, Q quick view shared engine, then containment view, and then panel view. So lots of inheritance going on. And we need to find the correct way to set the right location and size, which sounds not easy. So first of all, I'm seriously wondering, these set position, set screen to follow, and set screen, especially this set position, what's the point of it? And location changed, I guess this is here, yes, so you can see how it's implemented. It isn't. Was it missing? Form factor, the signal, okay, this is like a signal. And how is it used? It's connected to plasma containment, location changed, to containment view, location changed. And then if the old location is not equal to the location, we have changed our location, and this is when we set the containment. And location is taken by calling the function location, which is this one. What's the location exactly? Can I see the function? It's taken by the containment directly. And it's of type plasma types location. Let's see what that is. Now I actually want to Google that, like that. Plasma types, location. It's floating, desktop, full screen, top edge, bottom edge, left edge, and right edge. Okay. Yes, it makes sense. And I wonder, this floating, it means that it's not on any edge, which makes sense. Usually the panel should have these 4 values, never these 3. Okay, So based on these values, how can we know the position and size of the containment window? So this is the location, and when it changes the location, so when you move the panel from one part to another, then start this timer, which restores the panel view. I'll admit that I'm not sure what this is about. It's a time to restore the panel. What is this about? Where's the restore? It reads all of the properties. So apparently the panel is like restored every time you change the location. Okay. Then what else do we have? So there's also this set resize mode to be quick view, shared engine, size route to object view. What's this? Let's Google that as well. This one is going to be a bit more boring than usual, but it's because brainstorming is looking around, trying to better understand the code. Quick view, shared engine. Sounds like it's KDE frameworks. Size route to object view. So what's this? Quick view, shared engine. Resize mode, okay. If the resize mode is this one. So what's this set resize mode function? Is this? Yes, it's here. Okay. And obviously it only sets the resize mode, so we can now see resize mode. What's the point of resize mode? If set size to E size, which is the QResize event, and then if resize mode is that thing, set size to the width and height of Q, which is the quick view shared engine. Yes. And height and where are they defined though? I mean, the weird thing is that it seems like the size and position of the panel are completely dependent on the containment rather than the view, which could be, but it means that I'm missing a significant chunk of the code in my mind, because I don't remember any containment code setting the size. Or do I? Maybe I should check again, but I don't remember seeing any. So maybe there's some containment that I've missed. Let me see how this is used. So we've got the offset and set the offset if the form factor set maximum length. Or is this one? I mean, it seems like all of these functions are mostly to save all of the panel information, not much to actually position panel. This is the position. What edge is it? Is it in? Slide from location. And based on the containment location, it gets set to the right edge. Geometry by distance. Geometry by distance. What is this? Okay, this sounds like some interesting piece of code. Let me see this link here, seems interesting. Right will return left plus width -1. Interesting. Is it the same for top though? Bottom, sorry, I meant bottom. Yes, -1. This is weird because we've also added a -1 to our last patch. Let's see if this is somewhat related. This -1, so let's go fetch our merge request like this. It was merged and add a -1. Changes. Did we use a bottom or did we do top plus height? Top, bottom, -1. Okay. This is weird because the bottom already has a -1 by itself. So maybe I'm missing something else. I should investigate. But meanwhile, let's get back to our piece of code. There seem to be a lot of logic here. I'm wondering what's distance. And if it's center, if it's right, if it's left. Okay, so obviously based on, I mean, there's one case for each edge, of course, and then 3 cases for whether it's top aligned, center line, or bottom, or center, left, and right. It makes sense. And what this does is to return a point, seems like. This is a point, and then width and thickness. Okay, so we have, it seems like the position and the size of the panel is handled here. And then there's also this resize panel function. These are all interesting functions. Let's see, geometry by distance. Where is it used? These here, okay. Here, okay, just here. And then this is the position. Yes. So what we actually want to do is, if the panel is like full width, it's fine. We only need to make it taller to accommodate the floating panel. But if it's not full width, we also need to make it give it more space to the left and to the right and to the top. So let's see, let's start with the bottom edge and let's make this panel not full width but centered. Thank you. My poor task manager is dying. Nope. Poor task manager. So let's make it like this. Now we need to make sure we can make this bigger of a certain amount to actually fit the floating part of the panel. So if it's bottom edge, the position is a point made by the sum of these 2 points, one of which is this is the center, okay, the center X, so here, and then screen geometry dot bottom minus thickness minus distance. What's distance? I just don't get distance. What's the meaning of distance? M distance. Okay, so there's this value. Can we get any more explanation about its meaning? Nope. Distance, maybe it's, I don't know, this one, like the offset. No, it would be called offset. There is something called offset. Yeah, this is the offset. No, but must be something else. What's distance then? Confusing. M distance. So let's see how it's used. Geometry by distance. Here it's set to 0. Distance. Okay, set distance. Emit distance changed. Is that it? Yes, it's only used with this set distance, which is only used here. This set distance, has it any type of, oh thank you, documentation distance. How much the panel is distant from the screen edge, used by the panel controller to drag it around. I don't get it. How much the panel is distant from the screen edge, used by the panel controller to drag it around. Because you can actually, this is distance. Makes sense. Okay, so I completely forgot that we could actually, you know, drag it up and down. Now that we know what is distance, let's get back to our screen geometry by what was it called? Geometry by distance, sorry. Yes, this one. And bottom edge. So we've got screen geometry center X, screen geometry bottom thickness minus distance, so it's this point here, plus the offset minus half of the width. So of course offset makes sense, so it moves here, minus half of the width, which brings it over here, and then 1. For some reason it also moves it 1 pixel to the bottom. So this position is this point. So now let's suppose that we have 4 integers that we are going to call stupid name, floating spacing left and then right, top and bottom. Okay, so the concept is, let's make it, I don't know, 20 pixels so that we can actually see the difference. Actually, let's make it, no, 20 is enough already. And then we have our point here, and if we want to make the panel 20 pixels higher, we need this point to be 20 pixels higher, and then that's it. I mean, we don't need more space to the left because it just goes higher. So we need 20 pixels more, and actually even 20 pixels more than that to accommodate for the bottom spacing and top spacing. Unless I just want to disregard, yeah, let's disregard for now the top spacing, shouldn't be needed. So we have our, where is it, bottom edge, and then to the Y we subtract the what was it, top, the floating spacing top, what a better name, like this. I mean, let's actually make it over here, so it's with all of the other values, and then it's indeed more to the up. Now we not only need to make it upper, but we also need to make it thicker to actually fit all of the vertical space. So somewhere Q width, Q thickness. Yes, this is actually a thickness. I mean, where is it, thickness? Okay, thickness is pretty much everywhere. Well, basically what we need to do actually is to set thickness to be, we just need the panel to be thicker. So let's try to make something a bit more let me take off what I've just done. Where is it? Floating space top. Thickness is used. It's used here, here, and then this resize panel. Minimum size target, maximum size target, target size. Yeah, it's used in a lot of places. I probably need to change thickness because I just need to make the panel thicker. So let's go to thickness. So let's suppose that we have this, and let's add floating space top because that's the one we are dealing with. Spacing top, we are only dealing with that one. So now it should be just 20 pixels thicker. So let's compile this. Let's go to, where is this Plasma workspace? Build. Our terminal goes a bit crazy. Make install like this. Okay, it compiled. Let's source the prefix and restart Plasma Shell like this, and now the panel should be 20 pixels thicker. Something will break for sure, but that's the concept. Well, could be worse. Yeah, seems like it's working. It doesn't actually manage to contain everything. Okay, it's super broken, but I mean that was the idea. Like, let me just set the panel to back to, I don't know, 50 pixels. I mean plus the 44. Let's make it 44. 70. It's crazy. So I need to get back to 22 to actually get back my panel. This is so funny. It breaks. Okay, let's stop messing up with the poor panel. Okay, we have seen how to resize it. It's not a reliable way, but we can make it reliable. And then the next part is to actually add the margin in the containment. So let's go to workspace and then Plasma desktop, and then desktop package contents. This is the view, wrong one. I need the, or maybe it's fine, the view, I don't remember. But this is not the one that actually draws anything. No, this is the one that draws everything. Sorry. So we've got the containment. What if in this one anchors, what if we go fill parent but with a bottom margin, which is of course 20. Now we need to compile Plasma desktop. Okay, it compiled. Let's source the prefix and restart Plasma Shell yet again, and we should see the content of the panel just like shifted. Perfect. Now that the panel is shifted to the top, let's actually not draw the bottom part at all. So let's get back to the containment, and when we draw the SVGs, which is here, instead of this part, we need to add some margins. Again, this is not in any way like final code. This is just to test if it works. And we should probably take this off because we want all 4 borders to have shadow, because enabled borders removes the border on the bottom because it should not have shadows, but since it's floating it should. So let's take it off, compile again, And let's restart Plasma to see if that one worked. We should now have a beautiful floating panel. It is actually floating. Interesting. It's something. It probably will require still a bit of work, but nonetheless, it's a start. Seems like it dropped rounded borders on the right side, but not on the left side. That's something to look into. And we still have a bit of shadow when you go into edit mode. No, actually it's there regardless, so shadow is still broken, so that needs to be figured out, but it's a start. For now, that's enough. I will continue working on it.